Good morning, and we're going to have a look at the Sydney Cup meeting, obviously, and let's just start with some of the interesting races. First of all, the Sydney Cup, and it's a situation where we have to reanalyse most of the form, simply because of the distance of the races outside the norm. And so when we look at Tully, it's rated on top. We've got it rated as a $3.60 chance. So you can see here that its best form here at 2,500 metres, which is the furthest it's run. It rated as 61.8 for me. Now, in winning the Mornington Cup, and that was a great run, it's actually recorded a 85.9, which is absolutely mammoth. So really, we should ignore that 61.8 and put the 85.9. If we go back to our main page, we find it is now rating a really short odds-on chance. That's not realistic, of course, because we're going to be stuck with a track which is probably going to be in the slow 7 range, and you've also got to take account how they go on the wet track. So Kinnamar is rated second. Now that's based on this run over 2,800 metres in November, the 67.8, and it's coming off heavy track runs. Stewards have commented here that it's over-raced, pulled hard during the race and so on. So it's been a difficult horse to handle, but it has previously won over 2,800 here as well. So as the distances get longer, perhaps it will be suited. If we go back here, we're looking at Anis Mirabilis, which actually won over the 3,200 of the Adelaide Cup. However, it ran a very poor time, but if we go back here, the morning it raced, it ran last and still got credited with a 67.8. So even in running last in fast time, it still gets a 67.8. You can see there's another rating here where it recorded 105 for the Adelaide Cup. I'm a little bit unsure about what to do with this horse. As you can see, it's virtually had no wet track form whatsoever. We could look at Mr. Impatience. We could look at a few horses actually. It has won over the 3,200 metres. That was at Trentham, and it won that in a high-class race January last year. It ran in the same race this year, got beaten 2 lengths in that race. Also ran over the same distance as Ellerslie and failed to do anything there either. But anyway, let's go for the main chances in the race, and we'll look at the Big Duke. If we have a look at Big Duke, you can see he's had a wonderful result here. 6 wins and 5 placings from 12 starts. He's in peak form, coming off on a heavy track here. The best rating he's got is this 59 here, which is only over 2,000 metres. But it's certainly a better indicator of his form than running on heavy tracks. Just on talent alone, obviously he's got to be riding this and certainly would be justified in being favourite. So just changing that takes him up there. If we have a look at some of the other horses here, the Sign, which won last start, it's rated as 67.2. That's over only over 2,000 metres. Ran 19th. That was in the Melbourne Cup last year, so didn't do too well there. Over 2,600, but only finished 5th. And looking at the wet tracks, has had 3 wins from 10 starts. Well, actually, that's probably 2 wins from 10. 2 wins from 10 starts, one of those being on the heavy track. Okay, so it's not a really exciting race. Outside of those, I don't see anything else that's got any sort of a chance. Venga Mastered ran 2nd in the Mornington Cup. To put it on that, but it's only had 2 wins out of 14 starts. It is running better over the longer distances, however. So if we put it back to the Mornington Cups to rate it alongside Tally, at least it was able to race on the past, and it has had a wet track win. But then look, 2 starts ago at Stony Creek did nothing. A little bit difficult, and that 20-point penalty there is because of the low strike rate. Okay, Go back to Winx's race. Yes, naturally we have her on top. The interesting thing about that race is if we go back to Winx and let's knock her out of the park. Let's select that run there, which brings her all the way down. And some of the bookies are betting as if Winx isn't in the field. And now we find that clearly Hartnell, Happy Clapper, and the United States are the top three runners. And you can happily back Hartnell if you could get $3.60. That'd be marvellous. I don't think you get that. But basically you'd be betting for Hartnell to run second. However, with 9 runners in the race, you could back Hartnell for place and get money whether he ran first, second or third. However, all he's got to do is run second to collect if we bet in the Winx market, the market leading Winx out. But of course, we put Winx back in on her very best form, which is there, and straight away she goes back to the top. Okay, that's all I can say about the meeting. It doesn't excite me overall. The continual wet weather has just put a damper on everything. But some races we just have to have a look at, don't we? Good luck for Saturday.